As we told you at the top of the news, big developments today in the Lonna Barton investigation. The child's mother, Lonna Barton, admitted guilt in court, pleading to charges of child neglect and lying to police. She faces up to 5 years in prison. In exchange, she promised to testify truthfully against her co-defendant, Reuben Ebron.
Also today, Ebron's defense team was back in court again, pressing ahead with pretrial motions, with jury selection still scheduled to begin on Monday. Joining us now is News 4 Jack's crime and safety analyst Gil Smith, who's been following this investigation since the child was first reported missing. Gil, it's just speculation, but Chief Tom Hackney has said all along the primary objective of law enforcement was to find out what happened to this child, find the child's body if he is in fact dead. Do you think this was their strategy, to put both this man and this woman in jail in hopes of getting one to turn against the other?
I believe so. Now, the prosecution probably believed that Lonna would probably want to make a deal before Ebron because she is not as familiar with the system. She may be more fearful of the system, and she may not have been directly involved with the death of Lonzie, but she may have information. Now, she would want to make a deal so that she's not spending as much time in prison. One thing, she still has a 5-year-old child, and she still maybe wants to raise that child and be able to be out and spend more time.
But Gil, is this enough? I mean, I know almost every mother watching at home right now just can't imagine lying to police when their own child is missing or neglecting their child. So some folks at home may be thinking up to 5 years in prison as a maximum sentence. Is that just a slap on the wrist here?
I understand that emotion, Lindsay, but this case has really drawn on people's heartstrings. It really has drawn emotion from a lot of people. And Lindsay, you more than anybody would understand that. I mean, you just had a beautiful baby a few weeks ago, and, you know, to see something like this happen really tugged at the heartstrings of women, especially women who have had children. So, but you have to look at it this way as far as the prosecution goes. They want to go after the big fish, the person who is most culpable. So they might give her a little bit of a break in order to get more information on what may have happened to Lonzie and maybe get a murder charge on Ebron.
Her pleading and agreeing to testify against Ebron would certainly seem like a blow to his defense. What could he do at this point to perhaps help himself?
Well, the thing is, the person who pleads first is the one who gets the deal, and she pled first. Now, there's really nothing he could do other than give a confession and lead them to where the body is to maybe avoid the death sentence. But he's really hardened. He thinks that he can beat this. I can tell by the swagger he has in the courtroom. I've beaten cases before. They don't have a body. I can beat this. And remember, Ebron does not want to go to jail. Instead of making a deal and getting less prison time, he doesn't want to do a day in prison. Because look at his background. He is beaten up on women and children. And men like that are usually very afraid and not very tough when it comes to dealing with other men. And in prison, even rapists and murderers don't like people who have harmed children. So he would have a very tough time in jail.
I want to mention at this point, the state attorney's office insists this was not a plea bargain, that she just pleaded guilty to the charges that she faces and that they did not promise her anything, but she did. While she pleaded, she said she would testify against him.
Right. Now, what she's hoping for is that during the sentencing phase, that instead of giving her the maximum, they might take a few years off. Any time off would be a benefit to her to not spend so much time in jail.
And of course, hanging on that is if she does in fact testify truthfully as she has promised. And of course, that trial is set to begin on Monday. So crime and safety analyst Gil Smith joining us with that unique perspective. Thank you so much.